the fourth prestigious King of the Ring, Stone Cold Steve Austin, an incredible victory.
The first thing I want to be done is to get that piece of crap out of my ring. Don't just get him out of the ring, get him out of the WWF. Because I proved, son, without a shadow of a doubt, you ain't got what it takes anymore. You sit there and you thump your Bible and you say your prayers, and it didn't get you anywhere. Talk about your Psalms, talk about John 3:16. Austin 3:16 says, I just whipped your ass.
Come on, that's not necessary.
All he's got to do is go buy him a cheap bottle of Thunderbird and try to dig back some of that courage he had in his pride. As the King of the Ring, I'm serving notice to every one of the WWF superstars. I don't give a damn what they are. They're all on the list, and that's Stone Cold's list, and I'm fixing to start running through all of them. As far as this championship match is considered, son, I don't give a damn if it's Davey Boy Smith or Shawn Michaels. Steve Austin's time has come. And when I get the shot, you're looking at the next WWF champion. And that's the bottom line, because Stone Cold said so.
Hold it in your face, I get the first. That's a poor man's curse. Put the body at the bottom of the lake and let go. Spend all night fishing for a dead man's soul. Exercise in your being. While the sun sets, things down below. Just lean back and let it go.
What's up, wrestling fans? Jimmy, the Mailman Milstead here. And you know what? Let's just start off with the opening bell. Technical difficulties. Hold on one second. All right. Oh, hell yeah! Happy Stone Cold 3/16 day to everybody out there. March 16th, 2018. We are live. Jimmy, the Mailman Milstead here, celebrating Austin 3/16 day. Tomorrow is St. Patrick's Day. That's overrated. Today is the real beer drinking day if you're a wrestling fan. Give me a hell yeah! Hell yeah! Shout out to Stone Cold Steve Austin, 3/16, right here on the small package. Hey, give me another beer. Oh! All right. Delivering the gimmicks that call bills. Oh, wait. He says, delivering gimmicks they call bills in the mail. That's the t-shirt I got. 316 Gimmick Street. Still available on Pro Wrestling Tees, if I'm not mistaken. But a day off. It's my long weekend. Welcome, once again, wrestling fans, to the small package, episode 21. This is me and the Rat Boy, Ryan Alexander Taylor's WWE Fastlane reaction show. We were going to come to you live on Sunday night, but, you know, it's probably not going to happen in the future immediately after pay-per-view. It's just there's so much going on. after streaming internet out here in the sticks, I can't do a live show directly after a pay-per-view. I've tried to do it twice. I've been successful in the past, but 2 pay-per-views in a row, I haven't been able to do it, and I apologize for that. I couldn't get with Ryan over in England until tonight, and as a matter of fact, he just got done with work, so he's a tired man. We'll get him on the phone here in a minute, but it's long awaited, long overdue. We'll talk WWE Fastlane reactions here in a few minutes. A lot to cover here for the mailman. I don't know if we're even going to get to it all. There's so much going on in the world of professional wrestling. Today we have just learned the official announcement of where WrestleMania 35 will take place. It is going back to New York / New Jersey MetLife Stadium. That was my first WrestleMania experience. WrestleMania 29 in 2013. They're going back next year officially. They had the official press conference today. I'm not sure if you've seen it at all, but it's recommended viewing. I've uploaded on my Facebook page. You can go on www.com to check it all out. It was pretty entertaining, but dig the logo. It's Shinsuke Nakamura inspired. If you look at it, I know it has a Statue of Liberty type feel to it, but if you are a New Japan Pro Wrestling fan, it also has the feel of Nakamura from Wrestle Kingdom 9. So, you know, the show of shows this April, I'm not sure, but where this main event lies. But after WWE Fastlane, it is official. We have Shinsuke Nakamura challenging AJ Styles, the face of SmackDown, for the WWE Championship. Where does this match lie on the card? Not sure, but we are in for a treat no matter where it lands. I want you to tell me in the comments, where do you think this match lies? Do you have it at the beginning of the card? It's a prestigious WWE Championship. Where was the WWE champ? Randy Orton won it last year, about, what, 3 or 4 matches down from the main event. I've heard different podcasts this week. Justin LaBar thinks it's going to open it off. I've heard on the Wade Keller podcast this thing could open, or end it. He had the interview Friday today on the Pro Wrestling Torch podcast. I forgot the gentleman's name. I'll have to get back to you in a minute, but he predicts that this will be at the main event, closing the show. A lot of people think it'll probably be middle of the card. Give me some comments. WWE Fastlane, AJ Styles comes through in the end at the 6-pack challenge. We will get to that in a few minutes. And the dream match is alive down there in New Orleans. For us smart marks, this is the dream match. AJ Styles, Shinsuke Nakamura. Are you happy? Did you want John Cena to win his 17th championship and make it a triple threat or something? Give me your comments in the comment section, guys. Once again, welcome to the Small Package, episode 21, a long overdue show. We were supposed to do this after the WWE Fastlane on Sunday night, but we're finally doing it. There's a lot of wrestling to talk, and you know, I might as well get my tag team partner on here. Here, as we've hit 9 past the hour. I told him I'd call him in 7 minutes. Apologies for the production, but I have a new introduction song for his lordship. If I can find my entrance music here for my guy, the Rat Boy, Ryan Alexander Taylor. He refused to, he just got home from work, so he might sound tired as hell. I think he just got a beverage out of the fridge on this 316. Ryan, grab that beverage, and we need to get you. I don't know if I'm going to put you on audio or video. We'll start off with audio here. But without further ado, let's introduce Ryan with his new entrance music. Ryan, are you there? Ratboy, are you there?
Hello.
Greetings from America. Ratboy Ryan Alexander Taylor. How are you doing, sir? On this Friday.
I'm very tired. I'm a bit beaten up, but yeah, it's all good.
Is it? I guess it's Saturday now there in jolly old England.
10 minutes past the midnight hour, yeah.
All right. So happy. Do you celebrate St. Patrick's Day over there?
This country does, yeah. I can't say it means anything to me, really. I am not Irish, so, you know.
Yeah.
I wouldn't piggyback on that holiday, to be honest.
I am learning something new every episode here with the Ratboy. First of all, the time change. Ratboy thought we were still on the same time lengths as him. He had a rough day at work, I believe. We'll have to get him to explain. I will also have to get him. Are you going to come on video, Ryan, to explain your drink?
No, it's up to you, man. It's up to you.
Let me stop your audio. And he pulled out a beverage out of the fridge when he just literally, guys, got home a couple of minutes ago. I'll ask him how work was. Let's bring you on video. I'm going to hang up with you, Ryan, right now. I'll bring you on video here. I got to see what the hell you pulled out of the fridge here. Excuse me to the viewers. Ryan, I'll call you right back. All right, buddy. 1 second. So, yeah, Ryan is a bartender, in case you haven't watched past episodes. And it sounds like literally the guy is, like, tired as heck. I've had the day off. And I was asking him if he was celebrating St. Patrick's Day. I'm assuming every day is kind of like a St. Patrick's Day out in, like, England, Europe. They're always heavily drinking. Let's see how the Ratboy's doing on video real quick. He pulled out a beverage out of the fridge that I didn't even know what the hell he. Hey, what's up, Ratboy? And he's got his dog. I'm going to put you on the video side. You will not see me. How you doing, buddy?
Yeah, not too bad, man. Yourself?
Hold on. Let me, the lighting is not very good. We gotta master this. We gotta get you on computer one day.
Someday, man.
Oh, there he is. There he is. He's got his dog. What's your dog's name?
Minnie.
Minnie. So, how was your day, buddy?
Horrible.
Horrible. That's what I thought. You sound tired as hell. And
Yeah.
I'm trying to, I might have to turn out some lights. I think that might be the issue. But, and we'll put you on audio. We'll put you back on audio here in a few. Man, this is not working. Let me see. We're going to have to master this one day. Let me see. 1 second, audience. I'm going to turn out some lights. Let's see how this works. 1 second, Ryan. We're learning every day here on the small package. I think this might work. Sorry about that, guys. Man, where's he at? We're learning. I still can't see him very well. We have to. Ryan, you're not showing up, man. I think it might be the lighting. Let's see. God. Let's reverse this. Let's see. There he is. Okay. There's the Ratboy, Ryan Alexander Taylor, the Ratboy. How you doing, brother?
Not so bad, man.
He's got an AJ Styles shirt. They don't want it on the face of SmackDown Live. And then I'm back in the photo. But Ryan, what was the beverage that you put out or took out of the refrigerator a couple of minutes ago and you showed me before the show started? What is this?
Strongbow dark fruit cider.
So it's a cider.
Flavored cider.
What is the alcohol percentage?
Exactly 4.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah.
Oh,
This wouldn't be my usual tipple, but I didn't get a chance to go to the shop today, so this is all we've got here.
Oh, okay. Because I'm drinking an IPA and it's like 6.4, so okay.
Sweet, man.
Well, a great shirt. As I'm so close to the video right now, people don't want to see my face. We'll put you back on audio. Is there anything you want to say before we go back up to audio? I just wanted to give you a cheers on 3/16 day. It's still America time. What is your favorite Austin Stone Cold moment?
Yeah. Now there's a tickler. Favorite 3/16, man. That's a tough one. That's like somebody asking me what my favorite journey to Disneyland has been. I have to give different answers depending on how I'm feeling. If I had to say right now, it'd actually be when he helped Mankind win the championship, when he gave that awesome chair shot to The Rock.
That was awesome. What was that? About 99?
He received the biggest pop I think you'll ever hear.
Yeah.
Such a small crowd. So probably the night Mankind won the title and Austin came out, and when he threw his hat at McMahon, I love that.
Yeah. I mean, you can.
Just all in all, a great moment.
Yeah. For me, any moment with Stone Cold and McMahon, but my favorite match will always be WrestleMania 13. Probably that's where he was made. As far as wrestling, yeah, I love that match. Stone Cold is, an icon, and we're celebrating him today. RATBOY, cheers to you, buddy, and cheers to all you do. Can you give our listeners a shout out on where you work over there in Blackpool? What's the bar? How was your describe your day today?
Describe my day. C-, 1 out of 10. Bad. Horrible. Dejecting. Painful. Remorseful. Sweaty. Tiresome.
What?
I could down the whole dictionary if you like. But,
What's the name of your establishment in case we ever come over there? Are we promoting this?
I have the energy to say the name of that torrid place. I'll say it on a day when I'm in a more cheery mood and I feel like advertising the place.
All right. Well, we won't make you say what the name is, but all right, Ryan, I'm going to call you back. We'll get you on audio. Unless you want to be on video the whole time.
No, audio will be fine, mate.
All right, I'll call you right back in 2 minutes. We'll set the stage.
All right, bud.
All right. Thanks, Ryan, and get settled in. We'll talk to you in a few minutes. All right. He's just getting home, guys. Apologize. We're just getting settled in here. Let me hang up with him real quick. But we were supposed to do this show last Sunday night after WWE Fastlane. What did you think of the show last Sunday? The final pit stop before WrestleMania. It was the SmackDown Live edition before the WrestleMania. A lot of matches are in place right now. I will call Ryan right back here to get him on the audio now. But we'll get him on the horn here. All right, Ryan, we're back with you. I'm just setting the table here for our SmackDown Live WWE Fastlane review. But 23 days until WrestleMania, buddy. How excited are you right now?
How excited am I right now?
He's excited.
That's a tough question.
He's excited to hit the pillow, guys.
No, a tough question because last year I was almost more nervous than excited because I'd wanted to do it for my entire lifetime. I'd wanted to do it for a generation, and sometimes you build these things up in your head and you worry if they are what you expected. And I just remember being there at WrestleMania 33 when they started singing the national anthem. A tear dripped down RATBOY's face. So it was at that moment I knew I was home.
Awesome. 23 days from now, you'll be back home. And I can't wait to see what you think of New Orleans. A lot of people I talk to either hate New Orleans or love it. There's more people that I know that love it. New Orleans deserves our economy. It still, from 2005, from the Hurricane Katrina, I think they've still felt the wrath. And I enjoy pumping money into that city. I'm totally stoked to go back there. I know my wife, my daughter, and for the first time ever, I'm bringing my sister-in-law and our niece. She's an adopted gal out of Ethiopia. She is excited to visit New Orleans. So there's a lots to do down there in between stuff. There's a lot of wrestling going on that weekend. But RATBOY, I'm excited. You're going to experience New Orleans. And we are going to throw this promotion out right now. WrestleMania Thursday is our next episode. It'll be the small package, episode 22, guys, live from the French Quarter. Hopefully, I think we'll have a beautiful view. I'm not sure how my hotel looks. I'm staying at the St. Philippe. I'm not sure how it's pronounced. They're in the French Quarter. But I will have the RATBOY, and we'll have a special guest, right, RATBOY? Are you bringing the bar?
The bar.
The bar, Rory Bar. He is Ryan's one of his best friends over there, and he will join us. We'll have a WrestleMania 34 roundtable where we make our predictions throughout the weekend. We're talking NXT and WrestleMania 34. Me, the RATBOY, and the bar all make our predictions. And if you want to bring anybody else, feel free to. Maybe I can get the Nick and Brian guys on. I haven't talked to them here in a little bit, but we'll try to get a big little roundtable on predictions. So I will send out promotional feed out there. Look for it Thursday, April the 5th at 12 p.m. I'm not sure. Is that Central Time? We're doing it at 12 p.m. Central Time. I think that might be 1 o'clock Eastern. My time zones. We'll get it straight once we set up the promotional the slide. But we will get our WrestleMania 34 predictions. The small package episode 22 will come to you live from New Orleans, the French Quarter, and I cannot wait. So Ryan, without that, let's go once again. I already did the opening bell, but in case we didn't hear it earlier, opening bell. What are your thoughts? WrestleMania 35 is coming to the New Jersey, New York area once again, where it all started. MetLife Stadium, the site for WrestleMania 35. Did you watch today's press conference yet?
I haven't had a chance to catch. I'm 24 hours behind on my news.
Okay.
So I've been at work for the past 12 hours. So.
Well, I'll catch up to speed. It was an entertaining. WWE, go to their websites. You can find their live feed anywhere. Traditional press conference, about a half hour long. You had the New Day. You even had Ronda Rousey on there. Triple H, Stephanie McMahon said a few words. John Cena actually said some inspirational words on why it's so cool to bring back WrestleMania. It's coming back to New York. The Barclays Center is officially holding all the other events. As we were talking about earlier this week, RATBOY offline, we will not get Madison Square Garden, but WWE will have SummerSlam at Barclays and next year's WrestleMania weekend at Barclays. But in 2019, I think SummerSlam is going to a new site. They haven't announced that yet. But are we going? What are your thoughts you've never been to New York, I don't believe. I think it's a fun trip. I think I am going now.
Yeah, I'll discuss it with the bar, but I'm 99.9% sure we're going.
All right. Yeah, the WrestleMania logo is out there. I've seen a lot of memes out there. It was inspired by Shinsuke Nakamura, Wrestle Kingdom 9 entrance in New Japan Pro Wrestling. But obviously it's a Statue of Liberty type little logo, and it's in red and black. Interesting colors. So next year, WrestleMania runs through the New Jersey, New York area. Barclays will hold NXT, your Raws, your SmackDowns, and your Hall of Fame. Much to what I wish I could. I've never seen a wrestling event in Madison Square Garden. And by the way, tonight they have a WWE house show tonight at Madison Square Garden. If you're following on the internet, but I'll be interested to see the results on that. But Ryan, no matter what, you've never been there. You have to experience New York. It's bigger than life. There's a lot I've yet to experience. My WrestleMania 29 experience, I got to go in the Empire State Building. I saw the 9/11 memorials, but there's so many sites I didn't get to experience. I got to go through Times Square. But there's like Central Park on my list. There's a lot of things to do in New York. One of the biggest cities in America, obviously. So that will be next year, April 7th, 2019. We'll already have to start planning for that, buddy. Any final remarks on next year's WrestleMania site?
Well, considering that all the other events are going to be taken in the Barclays Center, I think depending on where access is, we may stay in New York and basically just travel over to New Jersey for the day of the show itself.
Well, that's definitely what is going to happen, because last year me and the wife we were rookies at the WrestleMania experience. We ended up staying in New Jersey, right near MetLife. I mean, the Hall of Fame was at Madison Square Garden. That was the only event. This is night after WrestleMania. Well, night after WrestleMania took place at the Izod Center, which is non-existent anymore. It was by MetLife Stadium. But this weekend, next year, is going to require you to go to Brooklyn. So it would be wise to stay, actually, I think, in New York, because the only event, obviously, will be WrestleMania at MetLife. That is in New Jersey, technically. It's a big metropolis. There's so much. I grew up on the East Coast, but I'm not a veteran New Yorker. I haven't had multiple visits to New York, so I'm as new as any European. But hell, there's more Europeans that probably have visited New York than I have. But it's the Big Apple. It's New Jersey, and it's getting WrestleMania 35 next year. Go watch the press conference. Pretty entertaining, about 30 minutes. The New Day's on there throwing pancakes at the New York Giants owner, and I love that. But moving on, any other opening bell segments here? There's a lot to cover. Monday Night Raw, post Fastlane, SmackDown, live, NXT, and obviously 205 Live. We will get to that in a few minutes. Ryan, I think we should automatically just jump into the WWE Fastlane reactions. What are your thoughts?
Yes, I think we should.
All right. You can follow Ryan on Twitter. I don't know if he tweets that much, but you can follow him at Razman316. And you can follow myself, Jimmy the Mailman Milstead, at Millie Vanilli on Twitter. 23 days till WrestleMania, guys. Yeah, Fastlane. Let's go to the stats here real quick. I've got a lot of notes. This is kind of a jumbled production here. The official attendance there in Ohio last Sunday, if I can find it. was 15,119 at the Nationwide Arena in Columbus, Ohio, as WWE SmackDown presents WWE Fastlane. We had 7 matches on the card, and I thought it was an entertaining show, Ryan. Your overall thoughts on the card, and what overall grade would you give WWE Fastlane? I would give it a strong B+. But I'm a huge WWE fan, so I don't know how that goes.
I was pleasantly pleased with the night's festivities, truth be told. The go-home pay-per-views, if you like, before WrestleMania have a habit of being very predictable.
Yes.
And I think, barring one result, the United States Championship switching hands, I think everything pretty much played out as expected. Fastlane was there to put the jigsaw pieces in place for WrestleMania, and that's essentially what it did. I like that there wasn't too many matches on this card. There were 6 matches, nice spaced out. Things didn't feel too cluttered. Everybody got a decent amount of time. No real crazy booking theories tonight. Overall, I think a solid night. All
right. Yeah, I thought so too. The pre-show was the pre-show. We asked before our prediction show last week, about a week ago this time, for episode 20, was there going to be any pre-show matches? They added it. They must have added it that Sunday because I didn't remember seeing it. But we had a 6-man tag match as we had Breezango. It was Fandango and Tyler Breeze, plus the perfect 10. Ty Dillinger joined the 6-man. They took on Chad Gable, Shelton Benjamin, that great tag team, plus Mojo Rawley, last year's Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal winner. So that was an interesting matchup there. Ty Dillinger, an honorary deputy. Do you see this guy getting a major push, or do you see him going down the card like he has been? I've heard a lot of rumors out there that he's going to get a push here in 2018. But Fandango, Tyler Breeze, they're pretty much in the same spot they have been on the card since last year. As much as I love Mojo Rawley, he hasn't done much this year. And Gable and Benjamin, it looks like, I'm not sure if they're having an Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal this year, but I'm not even sure we're going to see any of these guys at WrestleMania. But as far as the match went, there were some good technical amateur moves by Gable in this match. A couple of funny spots. Tyler Breeze had a big drop kick on him. Shelton Benjamin got some moves in. Breeze took a flying and wait a minute, I'm trying to read my notes here. There were some good quick tags. The Perfect 10 ended up taking his knee pad down, and but Shelton Benjamin made some saves on his finisher. Deputy Dango had a drop kick, but Chad was able to block a super kick, and he got a near O'Connor roll for a near fall. There was a rolling Copo kick tag to Shelton, and there was a power bomb on Dillinger that he fought out of. The beauty shot from Breeze, Benjamin to the apron, Rawley trying for a quick pin, but it was no good. The super kick connected. Breezango, Ty Dillinger win by pinfall with a single knee codebreaker from Dillinger on Mojo Rawley. Those were some horrible notes I just read off. That was what I had. You took the baby faces as far as the pre-show, which Breezango, Fandango, Tyler Breeze were the baby faces. I took the heels, and automatically off the bat, you know what? Just hit me, baby, one more time. Elvis.
Return to sender. Return to sender. I gave a letter to the postman.
I had, if I can find. Technical difficulties. Okay. If you can see that, this was a late ad. Me and Ryan talked before the actual pay-per-view. Who do you want? He said he'd take the baby faces. I took the heels. Ryan, you started off 1-0. Any thoughts on this match?
Call off the search party. Ty Dillinger has been found.
He's found. Do you think he'll be on an upcoming episode of the Fashion Files to introduce? Well, he was on there before as 11, if you've ever seen Stranger Things. But if you can put those two and two together, have no idea what I'm talking about if you've never seen that. But what are your thoughts? Are these guys getting pushed?
As much as I like Breeze and Deputy Dango, I think heavy association with Ty Dillinger won't do the perfect 10 many favors, to be honest. The Fashion Files, they had, well, first of all, they went past the peak after the first few were sensational, but now they've seemed a bit awkward filler since then, especially with the introduction of the Ascension. I think they've gone past their peak as to what they can be elevated to. I think they had a good summer, but other than that, they didn't claim any tag team championships. They got over with the crowd, but I'm not sure how far this comedy act can go.
Yeah, so it was a fun match. One of the better pre-show matches in recent memory. But we finally get to the main show, and it kicks off with a video package highlighting the idea that this is the last place to earn a WrestleMania opportunity for the SmackDown roster. And the first match ended up being Shinsuke Nakamura as he made his epic entrance. And he ended up taking on Rusev, where Rusev was introduced by Aiden English. He kind of rapped at the introduction. I don't have my notes, all the lingo he said, but it definitely was a great introduction. Aiden English has been a phenomenal part of Rusev's act. And Ryan, I posted this on my Instagram page, but do you know that unofficially Macaulay Culkin has challenged Rusev for a celebrity match on a WrestleMania 34 card?
What are you? Such motion pictures as Home Alone 1, Home Alone 2, Lost in New York City, Uncle Buck, and lest we not forget Richie Rich. Richie Rich.
I don't know what's going on, but officially on Wikipedia, Wikipedia has listed that as a match. That's unbelievable, but we'll see how that transpires. I haven't really paid attention to a lot of social media today, but if Wikipedia's got it on there, I know Wikipedia has a lot of funny stuff out there, but the fact that they put that on the temporary matches for WrestleMania 34, that gets a huge pop from yours truly. But on Fastlane, Rusev took on Shinsuke Nakamura. This was a pretty good match. Let me get back to my notes real quick. If I can find myself. That six-man tag went 7 minutes, 25 seconds. So it was a pretty good pre-show match as far as a pre-show match. But the singles match nearly went 15 minutes. My buddy Tim Kelly, Tim Kelly, thought it would be a great match. He thought it'd be 15 minutes. He was pretty much right, but he joined me that night. And Rusev looked strong in this match. As I go back to my notes, there was a lot of obviously kicks. There was an arm wringer, a side headlock. Nakamura shoots him off and eats a shoulder block. Rusev barely ducked a kick. There's a lot of cool stuff here in the beginning. We'll fast forward to the end, if I can find the end. A reverse roundhouse puts Rusev into position. He has a matchkick kick that connects but can't put Shinsuke away. He was calling for the accolade, his finisher, but there was with a boot to the spine. It was no good. And Shinsuke ended up getting a Kinshasa to the back of the neck. He was out of the corner, fired up. Shinsuke ends up winning by a pinfall with the Kinshasa. I will never be able to pronounce that word right. I always call it the Bomaye, as they called it in New Japan. Shinsuke Nakamura has a moment with the WrestleMania sign, as he is definitely the #1 contender for the WWE Championship. This was a very good match. Shinsuke Nakamura, obviously, we both got that pick right. Any thoughts on this WWE Fastlane opener?
I think it was a smart idea, to be fair. You know, Rusev Day's crazy over. Shinsuke Nakamura needed something to do. He was obviously the only one with a guaranteed Mania spot. I thought it was a decent opener. No, it was better than the matches Shinsuke had with Baron Corbin.
Yeah, that was
a
battleground.
The result was ridiculously predictable. But there was only ever going to be one winner. AJ needs, not that he needs momentum going into WrestleMania because he's Nakamura, but there was no sense in giving him a loss. So Nakamura against the W, and we move on to New Orleans.
Oh wait, if I recall, you actually had you beat me on this Sunday. We won't tell the records just yet, but you actually had Rusev during this one. Did you know that?
That's correct. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I thought. Yeah, I was questioning you. You really could have dominated me that day. You did have Rusev.
No, it was Rusev Day after all.
Yeah, it was Rusev Day. And Ryan, guys.
I'd never get a bet against Rusev on Rusev Day.
Rusev Day calendars are in the possession of Ryan, the Rat Boy Alexander. I have yet to pick mine up. I'm waiting for the Nakamura Day calendars.
Order placed last night with WWE Euroshop. Expected delivery date this Tuesday or Wednesday. All
right. I saw your shipment. It looks pretty dope, buddy. Good job there.
5 extra shirts to take with me.
Nice. I'm going to plan on going to the WrestleMania Superstore to get all my gear. But so Nakamura defeats Rusev. I go to...
Is that Superstore open from Wednesday onwards?
It should be. If it's not Wednesday, it'll be Thursday morning, guaranteed. Yeah, they'll get a lot of.
I want to go in there and spend a shit ton of money.
Yeah, you'll be spending a lot of coin in there. So bring some good American. So far after the 2 matches, I go 2-0. You're 1-1. Then it brought up. I don't know what the match order was. 1 second, Ryan. Oh, we had the United States Championship. WWE United States Championship. Bobby Roode, the incumbent champion, took on Randy Orton. Wow, this was the match I did not know who to pick. You ended up correct. I ended up not going correct. So let's just get the formalities out of the way, Elvis. Return to sender. Return to sender. I had Bobby Roode winning by a DQ with Jinder Mahal. That didn't happen. So, but the Rat Boy, Ryan Alexander, ended up getting the pick right. He picked the Viper, Randy Orton. Randy Orton finally wins that WWE Grand Slam Championship, which I'm wondering if that's even a thing, because since the Universal title has been introduced, he still hasn't won all the titles. All these people that have claimed to win all the championships. Ryan, do you find that comical? But I guess technically winning the United States Championship, that was something Randy has never done. But I still find it kind of funny. Now that we have a new title out there on Raw, Randy Orton has never held the WWE Universal Championship. Your thoughts when people say I have a Grand Slam Championship? Is that truly the Grand Slam Championship, winning all these titles, yet you have one still? Give me your thoughts.
Well, the idea of being a Grand Slam champion has evolved ever since Shawn Michaels became the first one in 1997 when he won the European Championship from the British Bulldog. I think these days it's impossible to be a Grand Slam champion, really, with the way the belts seem to rotate.
Yeah.
I mean, Randy Orton's obviously never won the Cruiserweight Championship. He's never been a hardcore champion, so
yeah. Don't
get me wrong, it's wrestling. It's wrestling. It's kayfabe. There were no real limits.
Yeah, I guess I'm uneducated in the fact that I don't know what a Grand Slam Championship means. Obviously, Randy Orton is not going to ever be in the Cruiserweight Championship, and the hardcore title has been retired. WWE, I think, needs to maybe bring up what a Grand Slam champ is. It, I guess the major four. I guess the Intercontinental Championship, the United States Championship, and I guess he had the world title, the old big gold, and then the WWE Championship. Yeah, kayfabe is alive. Kudos WWE. I'm sure Randy will eventually make his way to Raw and be in the WWE Universal title scene, but I just think personally that was funny to hear that night. But overall, I thought the match was what it was. These two are definitely going back at it here at WrestleMania. I didn't really take too many notes here. The Viper fended off a waistlock attempt with an elbow. Rude headed up top with some dives. Randy Orton wins the pinfall with an RKO, winning the United States Championship for the first time in his storied career. Orton's celebration was interrupted by Jinder Mahal as he walked down dressed in his ring gear, and he gets in the ring. He had a kick to the midsection. He puts boots to Randy, but Rude cuts him off and hits the glorious DDT. He heads over to Orton, draws him up with the glorious DDT for him too. So obviously this is a triple threat scenario heading into WrestleMania. I don't have a problem with Jinder Mahal being inserted. Jinder deserves a WrestleMania match. Do you think there's too many multi-man matchups so far here on the WrestleMania card? And do you think this is not an official matchup? Do you think it'll be Jinder Mahal, Bobby Roode, and Randy Orton?
You know, it sort of reminds me of WrestleMania 16 at the moment, where if you remember, the only singles bout was literally a cat fight between the Cats and Terry Rummels.
Is that right? I got to rewatch WrestleMania. It was actually WrestleMania 2000, Ratboy. I was in basic training in the Army. Can you believe that?
WrestleMania 16.
I don't think I've saw the epic ladder match, and I saw the hardcore title, and I saw the main event where it was like every McMahon in a corner, right?
Yeah, it's a shame that the Attitude Era. I don't know. Depending on when you think it begun, the Attitude Era never really gave you that great of a WrestleMania when it has its peak. 15 was very underwhelming, saved by the main event. 16 again. I mean, obviously the triangle ladder match will go down as one of the best Mania matches in history. The three-way for the European and Intercontinental Championships between Angle, Benoit, and Jericho was a good show. But you know, the main event was centered all around McMahon's. It should have been The Rock versus Triple H one-on-one. But, you know, that's just my take.
That was when Stone Cold was hurt, right?
Yeah, that was when he was hurt.
Yeah, I don't have a lot of memories because I was actually just joining the military. I missed that WrestleMania. I believe it was in Anaheim. I have it on the network. I've never even watched that full card to date. That's something I have to check out. I think that was in Anaheim, California, if I'm not mistaken. Obviously, I saw the epic. I think that was the epic first ever ladder match between Hardys, Dudleys, and Edge and Christian. Am I mistaken?
Say again?
Wasn't that the first WrestleMania where Edge, Christian, Hardy Boys?
Yes, that's correct. They fought at WrestleMania 2000, then at SummerSlam the same year, and TLC 2, the greatest WrestleMania of all time, 17.
Yeah, 17. Yeah. I definitely have to go back and watch. I haven't seen that whole card to this day. So I cannot claim I've seen every WrestleMania in entirety. Other than 2000, I think I've seen every one of them. So, yeah, I mean, Randy Orton has the United States Championship. That's the match we're focusing on right now. So that's interesting, Ryan, that you bring up that WrestleMania 2000. The only singles match was a female match, huh? That's interesting as hell. I did not know that.
Yeah.
So
Miss Kitty versus Terry Runnels.
Wow. And what a match to have.
In one corner was Mae Young, and in the other corner, the devil herself, the fabulous Moolah.
Yeah, and what a good transition. What a good transition point there, Ryan. Controversy creates cash. We might as well dive into this topic. This week on Raw, they decide to dedicate this year a women's battle royal and name it the Fabulous Moolah Battle Royal. And since then, backlash has occurred, and they have taken that name away. I think I've eventually turned a corner. I totally get it. I think it's a cool move. I did not know these stories out there as much as I like to read on wrestling history. I was not brushed up. I've tweeted a lot of stuff that probably made me look like a bad guy. I'm tired of people complaining about constant stuff. But, I did not know the history with Fabulous Moolah, so I totally get why people were upset. I am sure the WWE office's final straw was probably because their sponsor is Snickers, and I bet Snickers was willing to pull their sponsorship from all the backlash. I don't know the official word. I would love to see in the Wrestling Observer or any other publication that has credibility to it to see what the final backlash was for WWE. But WWE pulls the Fabulous Moolah due to her, I guess there's stories out there. I don't know the facts, Ratboy, of her allegedly pipping out her wrestlers back in the day. It was a different era. You got a lot of static there, Ryan. Are you outside?
No, I'm inside.
Okay, there you go. There's a lot of stories out there. Moolah was not a very good person, and I'll believe it, but I don't know the facts, so I'm not out here to. Fabulous Moolah to me. I mean, there's a lot of history on the WWE. The WWE tends to write their own history, and apparently, she was not a good person. Where she apparently trafficked her wrestlers to other men during her training. She abused her trainees, and I don't know. You can go find some reliable sources out there on the internet. I'm not here to explain what happened because I really still to this day don't know it. Eventually, do you have anybody you suggest that this thing should be named after? After listening to Pro Wrestling Torch, I thought it was a pretty cool idea by Wade Keller, renaming this Battle Royal every other year after a different chick. But I know like Sensational Sherry Martel would be a definite kick-ass name. But I had a tweet, Stephanie McMahon here. That was yesterday. She ended up saying, and I quote off the Twitter, "Thank you, WWE Universe, for using your voice. What remains most important is that the WrestleMania Women's Battle Royal, I guess that's what it's going to be called now, will be a historic match and is part of the WWE's unwavering commitment to our women's division. Hashtag women's evolution. Hashtag change the name." So WWE felt the pressure to change the name. And I guess that's a good thing. what are your thoughts on that entire situation?
I mean, the WWE changing the name wasn't a result of the pressure from the fans. It will have been the result of pressure from main sponsors Snickers. That's where the change will have come from. It's obviously no secret, essentially. They don't really care that much about the fans. You know, that's no secret. It never will be. They've changed it because of the pressure that came from Snickers, because fans started making them aware of what Fabulous Moolahs want. They obviously don't want the bad press. WWE obviously need the sponsorship money for the biggest show of the year. So good on them for changing the name, but they didn't change it due to fans' pressure. It was because of sponsorship pressure.
So I guess my only thing is, you know, wrestling itself was built by a bunch of, like, I guess you could say con men was one of the tweets I saw out there. Matt Farmer, he's a pretty respectable wrestling historian out here. He's one of the Defy wrestling heads. He's a really cool dude. You know, do we start taking some of these names like the Warrior Award away now? The Ultimate Warrior wasn't a good dude. I mean, like, when is enough enough, I guess, like, where you say, I know we're not going to ever acknowledge anymore Chris Benoit, fantastic pro wrestler, but he ended up, you know, it is what it is. What happened there? You know what happened.
Give me a big glass of Chris Benoit any day of the week, man.
So, I mean, do you take away the prestigious Warrior Award after all these years? Or, I mean, obviously, when's enough?
It's no secret that obviously back in the day, the Ultimate Warrior was, well, it was a bigot and a racist, to put it lightly. Now, naming an award after him, obviously celebrating people who are doing good in society. There's a bit of a contradiction there. I personally wouldn't have named an award after the Ultimate Warrior, but no, that's just my take. But then again, what I would say in his defense, maybe even Moore's defense, you know, this is very much the internet age. This is the social media age. Everybody is more exposed than ever. If we were to start digging for every celebrity, every politician, every media figure, then, you know, then we're going to start thinking negatively of virtually everybody on the spectrum. You know, and that goes for the common man too, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, you know, these things, they could have been a bit more hidden back in the day. I do say that in her offense, but however, that does not excuse what she was back in the day. Now, I don't know any of this in concrete. I've only got conjecture. I can only read the stories. I obviously wasn't alive at the time when this was going on. You know? So, I only made it into the last 30 days, the last 3 months of the 80s. I was born in September of 89. But if the stories are true of naming a battle royal, then how could they be so stupid to do that in the first place?
Yeah, I mean, man, it's difficult. I mean,
I can't believe how remarkably stupid they were with that. They thought they wouldn't get any backlash over this.
Yeah.
Especially in the internet age, I think they'd get away with it.
Well, I have no doubt that they probably would have named that Mae Young Classic after her. So, but me, as far as myself, I had no idea about the Fabulous Moolah until they named this Battle Royal. And I love reading books. I mean, it's my own ignorance, but I had no idea. And, you know, Sunday night, or was it Monday night, you know, I kind of looked like a bad guy on Twitter. I was kind of defending her, but if that's true, then, you know, I'm happy the way it ended out. I just want to see, you know, the wrestling industry progress. And, you know, if it was to change the name, then so be it. I had no idea. They celebrated Fabulous Moolah while she was alive pretty much the whole time with Mae Young. Always bringing those two back as a duo. So, I don't know. I know Stephanie McMahon seemed like always had a special place in her heart for the Moolah. So I thought Becky Lynch had an interesting response on her tweet. She was basically saying that Moolah, was 20-year champion, and gave a good political response. You can find that on her Twitter machine. I don't have her tweet in front of me, but anyways, the Fabulous Moolah Battle Royal is no longer.
I found it hilarious how we got all these girls on these montages to say that they grew up watching the Fabulous Moolah.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
how in the heck was this possible? Maybe during the big 1999 run when she came back and won the Women's Championship from Ivory, but
well, I mean, they're like me, Ryan. I grew up in the 80s, but WWE writes their own history, or I don't read press clipping. Like there's stuff out there that I've seen that Moolah was a bad human being, and it never came to light until they named this Battle Royal after her. So I was just like educated like everybody else. I mean, these gals probably spoke up to WWE management, not knowing this stuff themselves. So
if the rumors are true, if everything I've read is true, then can I be forgiven for saying thank God that the bitch is dead?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I was always a Fabulous Moolah fan, so this is
That's fair enough. But if everything I've read is true, then she is the anti-version of what they're looking for this women's revolution.
Yeah. So it is what it is. The WWE corrected themselves, and it's right now. I guess it's called the WWE Women's Battle Royal. So we'll get back to Fastlane now, Ryan. Let's get on. What was the next match? Thanks for your opinions, though. Speaking of that, we had the Becky Lynch and Naomi. It was a tag team match. They took on Carmella and Natalya. It was a impromptu match, I guess, from that previous week's SmackDown. Carmella missed Money in the Bank. They're making her look strong right now. The match up was what it was. We both had the heels in this one. Carmella and Natalya end up getting the victory. There's not much to say here. What is the noises in the background there? You're making a lot of noises in the background. What's going on?
Yeah, I'm just finishing up my dinner.
God, I don't even want to know what the hell that sounded like. But my bad.
My bad, man.
Becky ended up with an elbow to Natalya, and she tried to hand the Money in the Bank briefcase off. Carmella is lying in wait. Carmella and Natalya win by pinfall with a super kick from Carmella and Becky Lynch in this tag team match. We both get the pick right. Was there anything that spoke to you in this match? I think they're just setting up basically Carmella for a big WrestleMania moment or a post-WrestleMania moment. Carmella has looked good, and they're building her for a cash-in soon. Thoughts on this match, buddy?
Becky Lynch is a stone-cold fox.
Yeah, she is. I really dig her out. Now, without sounding like a pervert here on the show, Becky Lynch is probably the most attractive diva, in my opinion. I have a soft spot for straight fire. But, I think all these chicks will be in the Battle Royal pretty much. I don't really have anything else to say on this match. So that brings us. You're pretty much up. You're kicking my butt right now. That brought us to the New Day of Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods. They're the tag team. Big E was on the outside to take on the Usos, Jimmy and Jay. They're the WWE SmackDown Tag Team Champions. A good build to this tag team match. ultimately, the Bludgeon Brothers interfere. And I thought this might have been the match of the night, but obviously it was no contest. We both received losses off of this. This was your only other loss. The Bludgeon Brothers actually just wreak havoc and destroy Xavier Woods on the stairs. He sold it very well. It's good to see him up and healthy. He was at the New York press conference today for WrestleMania 35, so we know he's all right. But this past Tuesday on SmackDown, it was the mixed matchup of Jimmy Uso and Big E as they took on the Bludgeon Brothers in a tag team match. This is obviously going to a triple threat tag match at WrestleMania for the SmackDown Tag Titles. How'd you think the events transpired here at WWE Fastlane? Before you get to that, this was another loss for me. Hit it, Elvis.
Return to sender. Return to sender.
I had the Usos winning. Bludgeon Brothers showed up, but I lost. Ratboy. Thoughts on the tag team match?
Ratboy curses his lack of bravery for not going with a gut instinct and picking the no contest, which he backed out of in the end. To be honest, what happened makes more sense than a New Day win or a Uso victory, whatever. It sets up what you'd assume will be a three-way at WrestleMania.
Yeah, although, like you said, a lot of multi-man matches. You know what? Before we get to the final two matches, let's take a look at what they got as far as the real quick. Randy Orton, Bobby Roode went 19 minutes, 15 seconds. I forgot to report that. Natty and Carmella versus Becky Lynch and Naomi went 8 minutes, 55 seconds. And then at a 9 minutes, the Usos ended in a no contest with the New Day. So those are the time match for the matchups. I had some. Here is the WrestleMania 34 card as of this moment. According to Wikipedia, you're going to get a kick out of this. Obviously, we've got Brock Lesnar with Paul Heyman taking on Roman Reigns for the Universal Championship, WWE Universal Championship. AJ Styles takes on Shinsuke Nakamura for the WWE Championship. The Miz, Seth Rollins, Finn Balor. Triple threat match for the WWE Intercontinental Championship. We've got Randy Orton and Bobby Roode so far for a singles match for the U.S. Championship, WWE U.S. Championship. Charlotte Flair and Asuka. That's our next matchup. We'll talk about here in a minute. Singles match for the WWE Women's SmackDown Women's Championship. Cesaro and Sheamus versus Braun Strowman by himself for the WWE Raw Tag Team Championships. We'll get to that in a minute. We've got Cedric Alexander versus either Drew Gulak or Mustafa Ali for the WWE Cruiserweight Championship. And then, of course, we've got Kurt Angle, Ronda Rousey versus Triple H, Stephanie McMahon in a mixed tag match. Can't wait for that. And right now we've got the WrestleMania Women's Battle Royal. And then Rusev versus Macaulay Culkin is on the Wikipedia page. Have you heard about this, Ryan?
I have. To think that Rusev will be going one-on-one with Kevin McAllister.
Does it stand up?
No.
Does this is not for real, right?
I wonder if Big Brother Buzz will make an appearance.
Yeah.
Uncle Frank.
Also, we got Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn so far from SmackDown. I know that's probably going to change. That's definitely going to change.
That's obviously going to change. It's going to be Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. I'm going to take a punt against Jimmy the Mailman Milstead and Ratboy Ryan Alexander.
Wait, say again?
I think it's going to be Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn versus the Mailman Jimmy Milstead.
Oh, okay. I'm in.
And Ratboy Ryan Alexander Taylor.
Well, hopefully neither one of us take a bump like that ref did. What did you think of that referee after SmackDown?
And because they're professional wrestlers and we're not, we get a third man.
Oh.
We get the bar, Rory Bar.
Handicap match.
He doesn't set the bar.
He is the bar.
He is the bar.
All right.
I thought Shane McMahon sold that beat down very well.
Yeah. What did you think of that referee?
Props to that guy. He earned his paycheck for that night. But no, I mean, say all you want about Shane McMahon having the worst punches in professional wrestling.
Indeed. Yeah.
That guy can sell a beat down.
Yeah, he did. He was wheezing.
He learned that from obviously the Mac Daddy. He learned that from his father.
He was wheezing going off air.
Yeah. No, they've set that up very nicely. I'm trying to think if somebody else has issue with Owens and Zayn that isn't Vince McMahon.
Well, that was what I was getting to. That makes 11 matches if that Wikipedia thing. Obviously, you can take the Macaulay Culkin thing maybe off the card there. That would make 10 matches. 13 matches were on the card last year. What is your ultimate final matches for the card?
They need 3 for the pre-show.
Yeah.
Last year, the pre-show was the Battle Royal, Baron Corbin and Dean Ambrose for the Intercontinental Championship, and the Cruiserweight Championship. I mean, if you think about all the hard work the Miz did with the Intercontinental Championship in 2016, and it ends up on the pre-show. Neville and Austin Aries was on the pre-show as well. By the looks of it, at the moment, there's going to be some big-profile superstars and big-profile matches on the pre-show.
Well, we got 2 more matches to talk about, and I forgot to announce my favorite Marine. We got to get him in.
What are you looking at? Yeah, you! You better be looking at mail call right now.
All right. I'm sorry, Lee. I got all my losses out of the way. I totally forgot to hit Lee's music. But 2 more matches to talk about WWE Fastlane, Ryan. We had Charlotte Flair, the incoming champion, taking on Ruby Riott. I really was impressed with this matchup. It went 13 minutes, 45 seconds. I was thoroughly enjoying this match. I believe the announcers were selling that Ruby had a counter for all of Charlotte's big moves. But in the end, let's take a look at my notes. Charlotte hits the big boot, a spinning toe hold on Riott. She reverses to a small package, the name of our show, into a near fall. I thought Riott had some good stuff here. Riott kick denied a head scissors into the corner. Flair blocks the poison Frankensteiner and manages to put Ruby into the turnbuckles with an electric chair facebuster. I thought this match was this is one of my favorite matches of the night, buddy. Out of the corner, the spear connects. She picks the leg. Charlotte Flair wins by submission with the figure 8, retaining the WWE SmackDown Women's Championship. And then Asuka comes out. I don't have her music on cue, but Asuka comes out. She takes her sweet time, makes her entrance, and Charlotte squares up with her. Asuka points to the WrestleMania sign, and she finally makes her appointed matchup that she wants at WrestleMania. She is challenging Flair to the SmackDown Championship. This didn't count against me, but you got it right. We both had Charlotte Flair. I said Carmella would tease. Carmella didn't do it. On our pre-show, you said Asuka would make an appearance. I said she wouldn't. Kudos to you, sir. That does not count against our picks, but we both get Charlotte Flair right. What do you think? Asuka and Charlotte Flair.
Say again, sorry, bud.
What do you think of this WrestleMania match? Asuka and Charlotte Flair. That's a dream match.
It is a dream match. It was definitely the logical way to go. I'm intrigued. I'm having a tough time picking this one out. Really, that's going to be one of my more difficult predictions. I will say this, though. On the main roster, nobody has come closer to breaking the streak than the goddess herself. Ratboy states that Asuka
Hello? Are you there?
I'm here.
Oh, you broke up. Say that again.
I'm here. Hello? I'm here.
Oh, I didn't hear you finish your sentence.
Oh, sorry, pal. Asuka was not ready for Alexa Bliss, thus has run away.
Oh, okay. I didn't hear that last part. So, all right. So, yeah, you, at this point, we're kicking my ass. And we'll go on to the main event. So it's going to be Charlotte, Asuka. I'm looking forward to that. We'll touch some more on that here in a little bit. But the main event brought us to AJ Styles, the incoming champion, in the six-pack challenge, defending his WWE Championship to take on Baron Corbin, Dolph Ziggler, John Cena, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn. The winner goes on to meet Shinsuke Nakamura at the Show of Shows. And the man, the myth, the legend, thank God he won, AJ Styles. But before that, let's fire off some details. Zayn right in it, and Cena hits an attitude adjustment. This match had all kinds of stuff to it. Owens gets 1, 2, and so does Corbin. Ziggler and Styles smart enough to hold back. A smile across. John Cena had plenty of smiles in this match. I took too many notes here. Let's just go down to the end here. I could be here all day. Hockey glass there at the arena at the Columbus Blue Jackets. I think it was Ziggler and Corbin ended up going through the hockey glass. There's a lot of outside stuff. Well-booked match. Let's go to the final notes here. There was a fireman's carry, an attitude adjustment onto the steel steps. Dolph breaks it up. Cena raises the steps over his head, but Dolph ducks them. Attitude adjustment, roll through. KO picks Ziggler off and hits the pop-up powerbomb. AJ springboards in the end. AJ Styles wins by pinfall with a phenomenal forearm on Kevin Owens. I was hoping it was going to be John Cena, and he retains the WWE Championship. AJ Styles celebrates with the WWE Championship and the WrestleMania sign. A good visual. Cena, he was sitting in the corner, shell-shocked. He was exhausted, and he I don't know if you remember, the camera zooms in and he knocks the camera away. I thought that was a pretty cool thing. Cena, his road to WrestleMania, still in question. We'll talk about that in a few minutes. AJ Styles, is going on, guys. He is, yeah, you there? The six-pack challenge belongs to AJ Styles. We both get that pick right. You there?
I'm here.
What are your thoughts on that matchup?
I enjoyed it in a very perverse way. I actually enjoyed the beginning where John Cena gave the AA to everybody but AJ Styles. I mean, don't get me wrong, it looked good on the television screen, but I can't help but thinking that didn't do much for the 4 guys he was giving it to.
Yeah, my prediction was AJ was going to pin John. That did not happen. What were your thoughts on AJ pinning KO? By the way, before you say that, that's where Shane McMahon had multiple interferences jobs on Zayn and KO. So I think Shane deserved what he got. Shane was a total heel on this night on the outside. Give us your thoughts on that.
It made sense for Kevin Owens to take the pin because it plays into this storyline quite well with him and Sami being victims of the system.
Yeah.
I mean, of this match, you obviously know where AJ is going. We all know where Cena's going. Kevin and Sami. I mean, the two guys, Dolph Ziggler doesn't have a clear path to Mania. I'm a big Baron Corbin fan. He really doesn't have a direct road to Mania. I mean, I still think we're going to see a ladder match in some capacity.
Wow. All right. So, no Daniel Bryan tag team. I even heard rumblings that Vince McMahon would himself wrestle. I am throwing that out the window. So, do you think Daniel Bryan is going to be on SmackDown this next week? Shane said he was taking a leave of absence, and that's when he got assaulted. I was going to talk about that more here in depth, but right now Shane has made the match between KO and Sami Zayn, and we know that's not going to be the final match. I think it's going to be a triple threat. Actually a handicap in sorts, but it's going to be I don't know. I just can't see Daniel Bryan being activated for the wrestling. How do you think this plays out? Daniel Bryan will be back at SmackDown after being off the last couple of weeks.
Bring back the Main Street Posse.
Whoa. You heard it here, folks. That's a good booking.
Pete Gas.
Wow.
Joey Abs.
That would be something. You heard it here, folks. The Mean Street Posse. Would you like to see him at the WrestleMania? You know, Ryan, I thought we would see them when Shane came back his first year back versus The Undertaker. We did not see that. Pete Gas has come out with a book since then. Rodney, where's Joey Abs? Dude, I would love that. I would love that tremendously. I think this opens up WrestleMania. That was the other question I wanted to get to before we move on to another topic. But before we get to that, Ratboy, you went 5-2 for the night to bring your season total. You kicked my ass, man. I went 4-3, so kudos. I am drinking a beer to you, sir. You beat me at WWE Fastlane. 5-2. I was 4-3. That brings our totals. You are 15-13 here in 2018. I am a 21-7, but you are catching up. It is the slow and steady wins the race, right?
You know, I'll admit it's nice to get a win under my belt after an unsuccessful takeover, an unsuccessful rumble, an unsuccessful elimination chamber. It's nice that fantasy booking can prevail. It's nice that fantasy wins over predictability, but you know, there's a lot of thinking to be done between now and New Orleans. So I will have to keep my Baron Corbin thinking cap on. Yeah. My pencil sharp.
Yeah, you're the Baron Corbin. You're a Baron Corbin fan. If we're not having an Andre Giant Battle Royal, is this guy just totally off the card? What is your thoughts?
I think we'll have an Andre the Giant Battle Memorial overall.
So you think there's two?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay. I haven't heard anything, so.
Show, but it's obviously with the HBO documentary coming out, it'd be absurd to leave it off the card.
Yeah, I agree. You cannot have not have an Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, and it's on 2 days later, have an HBO special on Andre. So maybe
who's gonna win the Andre the Giant Battle Royale. Bill Goldberg.
Oh wow! After he gets inducted in the Hall of Fame.
After he gets inducted, surprise entry.
All right, so you are 15-13. Yours truly, 21-7. We have a mega weekend of predictions coming up. WrestleMania weekend. I can't wait to get our predictions. We'll get Rory on the show. It'll be a massive show. I want to pinpoint a time. It'll be WrestleMania Thursday in the French Quarter at my residence at the St. Philip. Will you join me? It'll be 12 p.m. lunchtime. Are you in?
I will join you.
All right.
I will join you.
Real quick, let's touch on a couple more things, and will you join me for an unboxing of the Slam Crate?
I'll join you.
All right, real quick, I just wanted to cover some things on Raw. What did you think of the Roman Reigns opener? He's clearly upset. Brock is not in the building again. He goes to Vince McMahon backstage. I found it kind of stupid, but he calls Brock Lesnar Vince's boy when we all know Vince's boy is Roman. What did you think of that whole thing? Roman is temporarily suspended by Vince McMahon of this past. It was in Detroit, Raw Detroit. What did you think of that whole opening segment there on Raw? Roman Reigns loses his cool. Thoughts?
I think these work shoots are obviously gearing towards getting people to sympathize with Roman as the company guy, as the workhorse, and as Brock Lesnar, the outside superstar who couldn't give a fuck. I'm still not sure whether Lesnar's out of his way after Mania.
Yeah, I definitely have Lesnar not being here. But, they had me with Lesnar, or excuse me, the Roman Reigns. They had me. I mean, I'm a I don't mind Roman Reigns. I'm not a Roman Reigns hater. But I think they went a little too far this last week. But I don't know. And then Ronda Rousey was booked for this show. She didn't show up. I wonder how that I was listening to the Wade Keller Pro Wrestling podcast, the PW Torch podcast. He has yet to hear from WWE. He wanted to get the scoop on them advertising both Lesnar and Ronda Rousey was supposed to be on these Raws. She's supposed to be on every Raw before WrestleMania. She did not show up. So I don't know what the deal is with what they did for fans as far as false advertising, but I think that's got to be a little bit of an issue. Any thoughts on Ronda Rousey not showing up on Raw?
As her music goes, she don't give a damn about her reputation.
So, I don't know. I just thought that was interesting thing on Raw. And then another interesting, let's just play the John Cena promo. This is definitely a match to watch out for if it comes true to fruition. I'm 95% sure it's going to happen. I never got your thoughts. Hillbilly Jim, an inductee last week. And what are your thoughts now? Kid fucking Rock is the celebrity inductee this year. Give me your thoughts. We're going to hit the Cena promo here in a minute. Go ahead.
Ball with the bang, diggy, diggy.
All right. Are you a Kid Rock fan?
I mean, I was.
He was.
Back in the day. And similar what happens to most of these guys, the further down the mainstream they get thrust, and the more they start to sell out and become like, well, we're going to be getting drunk that night, that's for sure.
I think it's going to be good. I'm not a Kid Rock hater. I don't hate his music.
We've got very cheap tickets for the Hall of Fame. We're pretty much going to be sat right at the back, just putting our feet up and getting wasted.
Yeah. It'll be a fun evening for you guys. I'm not going to Hall of Fame. I'll be going on a haunted tour that night. I will watch the WWE Hall of Fame on the network.
You got to go to the Hall of Fame, man.
Well, I went to the first 3 that I went to for my first Manias. I went to Madison Square. I saw Mick Foley, Booker T. I saw the Macho Man get inducted in San Jose. That one was so long. It is what it is. It's a good history lesson and stuff. I want to do other stuff during the WrestleMania weekend. I got to do some things with my family, but
you decided to go mess with a country boy.
Yeah, no, Hillbilly Jim. I thought this guy was already in, Ryan.
The song says, "Don't go messing with a country boy."
Yeah.
And you've decided to go mess with a country boy.
All right, I'm sorry, Ryan. Rat Boy. What can I do? I mean, we're gonna go out drinking together. I'll owe you another beer. But
that's all right.
So Kid Rock. Okay, what I'm getting to. We're gonna go to the Cena promo here in a minute. Do we see traditional Undertaker as he was being challenged, or with the Kid Rock inductee thing? You know, he had the American Badass theme. Are we going to see American Badass Undertaker at WrestleMania 34?
Sometimes I don't understand the heat the Undertaker got for his American Badass gimmick. You know, personally, I enjoyed those 3.5 years between Judgment Day 2000 and Survivor Series 2003 when he was the American Badass, when he was when he was Big Evil and whatnot.
Big Evil.
I enjoyed the transition of his character.
I did too, actually. I mean, I'm a bigger.
You've got to try and reinvent. Go on.
Oh, I'm a bigger original Undertaker fan, but I think it fits. The story fits with him folding all of his old Undertaker gear, even though he did make an appearance on Raw 25 as that traditional character. And God knows what that promo meant. I still don't understand it to this day. But with Kid Rock, I got to figure we're going to see Big Evil. But, you know, either way, I think it's going to be a bust-ass match. Where do you think on the card this lands? Is this going to be an ender?
I can't see John Cena versus The Undertaker closing the show. As far as I'm concerned, at the moment, the main event will be Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns.
That's your ender. Okay. Yeah, I mean, like I said at the top of the show.
Not my ideal ender, but it's what I think they'll go with.
Yeah, at the top of the show, I was asking some questions. We're going to do this again on our next preview show. We'll rehash a lot of it as far as what we think in New Orleans, because we're going to flip-flop some of this stuff. I could see a lot of stuff happening now between WrestleMania weekend, but I'm going to go take a quick break. Let's play the John Cena promo real quick. I thought it was real fun. Just a couple of minutes here. I'll be right back. Here's John Cena on this past week Raw. This is since he lost at Fastlane, his road to WrestleMania in question. This is not an official match, by the way. We don't even know if this is official, but it's got to be. So here's John Cena. Let's pass Monday night.
We are less than 4 weeks away, and finally, I have found my road to WrestleMania. Is it the ideal path? It's different. But if I'm brave enough to stand out here tonight amongst all of you after all that's happened to me, well, I am brave enough to face the truth. The truth is, I've had opportunity after opportunity on both brands, and I tried my hardest. I gave 100%, and I did not get the job done. No excuses, and no one to blame except myself. Now it is every superstar's dream to step in this ring and contribute to WrestleMania. I am here tonight very kind of you. I'm here tonight to tell you that I will not contribute to WrestleMania this year. That does not mean that I quit. It does not even mean that I'm going to miss WrestleMania. No, 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 no. I am going to be there. It's just my road to WrestleMania is now the same as yours. You see, I've stood in this ring time and time again, and I've looked around and listened and been able to feel the energy. But this year at WrestleMania, I get to be the energy, because this year, my road to WrestleMania means I'm going as a fan. I know that seems as a shock, and it seems a surprise, but think about it. The WWE Universe is the most important part of WrestleMania. Without you, there ain't no action, there ain't no atmosphere, there ain't no excitement, there sure as hell ain't no noise. So don't get it twisted. I'm not going to WrestleMania with a boo-boo face. I'm not going complaining. I'm going to have a blast. Because I'm going excited, just like you. I'm going fired up, just like you. Hell, I may be sitting next to you. I may be sitting next to you. I may be sitting next to you. I may be right over here. Sasquatch, homeboy. Give me a sip of that. Give me a sip of that.
He takes a sip of beer.
Let me see. This is awesome. This is awesome. This is awesome. This is awesome. Okay, wait. One more. Let's go, Roman. There is something we have to address, because there is a chant that we won't be able to do at WrestleMania. So let's just get it out of our system now. Let's go, Cena. Let's go, Cena. Let's go, Cena.
What's this guy gonna do? Is he gonna get the Undertaker?
Actually feels as good as that sip of beer. Thank you, bro. I appreciate it.
Hey, no worries.
The only way we're gonna hear that is if, like, right now I did something I wasn't supposed to do. Wait a second. What's the worst that could happen? Like, if I did the thing right now that I wasn't supposed to do?
And then the promo kind of took a weird turn.
Well, screw it. I challenge The Undertaker to a match at WrestleMania.
This guy's desperate.
So I was told that this was impossible, even though the fan in me wants to see this, right? I was told it was impossible, and I just accepted it. I never asked why. Why is it so impossible? Because the WWE executives? Wait, no. Because if they were to rain on the parade, they'd shut my microphone off right now. They'd escort me out, and just like Roman, I'd be suspended. So we're going to clear the air right now and try this again. I challenge The Undertaker to a match at WrestleMania. I challenge The Undertaker to a match at WrestleMania. I challenge The Undertaker to a match at WrestleMania. Mic's still on. I'm still here. It ain't the WWE. And it ain't any of you keeping that from happening. There is one individual keeping a match at WrestleMania with The Undertaker from happening. And that's The Undertaker. Allow me to address The Undertaker himself. Get over your own ego. You see, the difference between you and me is when I fail, I get back up, I put a smile on my face, and I go to work to kick ass the next day. When you fail, you hide your head in the sand, never to be seen from again, because you're so ashamed and embarrassed of what people will say about you. Amazing that a symbol so strong is really so fragile. And stop hiding behind your lame excuses. You are not too old. You are not washed up. You are not broken down, because if you was broken down, you wouldn't be posting workout videos on your wife's Instagram. Oh. The only person stopping this match from happening is you self-centered, conceited egomaniac.
Nuts.
So if it takes feeding your ego to make it happen, allow me to try my best. Do you want to see The Undertaker kick my ass at WrestleMania? Do you want to see The Undertaker tombstone me in front of 75,000 people at WrestleMania? They want to see it, and I'd like to see you try it.
Heel Cena.
So, Undertaker, at WrestleMania this year, I'm either going as a fan, which will be awesome, because I hope you're going too, it's going to be a party, or I'm going as your opponent, which will be history. The ball is in your court, dead man. Time to see if you're still alive. If I was you, I know what I would do. I would want one more match.
All right, guys. A fun promo by John Cena. Ryan, are you there? What were your thoughts on that John Cena promo on Monday Night Raw?
Hypocrite warning. That seems to be the theme of the night, especially with the Roman Reigns promo, saying that Brock Lesnar is Vince's boy.
Consistency.
True that. I would mark the hell out if the Undertaker comes back as the American Badass.
Yeah, I think it's gonna happen.
You know, at 33, he put the Undertaker, the character of the Undertaker, to bed. Kid Rock's going in the Hall of Fame. No, the pieces are there.
Outstanding. Well, man, any final thoughts? I was going to talk a couple other things here, but I think that they're trivial. We'll bring them up during the WrestleMania Roundtable. That's what I'm going to call the next show, the WrestleMania Roundtable. I mean, there's NXT. Yes, sir. And I'm bringing my lordship and his first night, Rory Bar. I will bring my A game that day. If Nick Bazzelli is watching this, I want to bring him on. But Ryan, I know you had a long day, and I really appreciate you joining me for for these WWE Fastlane thoughts. You, sir, brought it last pay-per-view. Once again, I'll give you props. You went 5-2. Yours truly 4-3. You are at 15-13 against my 21-7. I think you're totally going to catch me at WrestleMania because I have no idea what to expect for NXT TakeOver New Orleans, which I was going to touch on NXT New Orleans a little bit, but let's just let it play out, and we'll come in on that Thursday with our predictions. What do you think? All right. Any final words to the audience? How stoked are you for AJ Styles and Nakamura?
No, it was a very interesting segment. I was listening to the Solo Monster podcast today, and somebody sent in a very good question. It was buy or sell on AJ Styles versus Shinsuke Nakamura, or Johnny Wrestling, Johnny Gargano versus the Sicilian psychopath Tommaso Ciampa.
Two very good,
and
two very highly anticipated matches by yours truly, by the way.
Similar to the Solo Monster, I bought on Johnny Gargano versus Tommaso Ciampa. That's
wow.
Definitely not to. You know.
Yeah.
I'm dead looking forward to AJ Nakamura, but Johnny Gargano is arguably the best worker in the company at the moment.
Yeah, truest babyface.
There's no more true, genuine babyface. The guy is such an incredibly good worker. The way he's able to tell a story, the way he sells, he truly is Mr. Wrestling. Tommaso Ciampa is an excellent heel.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, yeah, that's what I was gonna get to. Right now, Tommaso Ciampa is my favorite heel in wrestling. I thought I wrote this down, but Toys R Us is going out of business throughout the world, which is a real sad thing, to tell you the truth. I don't find any joy as a wrestling figure collector. It's terrible. Yeah, Toys R Us all over, like even your homeland, England. Toys R Us has 800 stores here in the United States. They're all closing. It's tremendously sad. Just not doing well, I guess. I don't know what the business. I know over in England, it's not doing well either. But
no, there's a lot of competitors over here in England.
Yeah. Well, you guys have a store called Smith's, is what I hear, that sell a lot of wrestling figures. But me as a mailman, I can tell a lot of people do a lot of online shopping. I know that hurts the biz. But Jeffrey, we'll toast Jeffrey tonight of Toys R Us. 800 stores here in the United States are kaput.
There's millions of Jeffrey all under one roof.
Yeah, but
it's called Toys R Us, Toys R Us, Toys R Us.
But what I was getting at, Tommaso Ciampa, the ultimate heel in pro wrestling, there, Rat Boy. Go look at his Twitter. He totally heels on Toys R Us. He says that was his first job ever, being a stock boy, and his first boss mocked him. I'm not quoting him here. You'll have to go see his tweet. He says basically that he never his first boss mocked him on wanting to be a pro wrestler, and he's doing his classic. Remember when Johnny Gargano had to leave NXT?
Yeah.
He's got his crutch and he's waving to Johnny. Once Johnny lost to Cien Almas, Ciampa gets one back on Toys R Us and says, "Who lasted longer?" or something. I don't know. The Blackheart, Tommaso Ciampa, is the best heel in pro wrestling. Go look at this guy's tweet. I swear to God, I am heartbroken for all the hundreds, thousands, whatever Toys R Us employees. It's a piece of my childhood. Hell, I'm 42 years old, and I still buy wrestling figures from Toys R Us. I'm going to go there tomorrow pump a couple bucks, find some elites or something to add to the collection. But any words of wisdom? Yeah. Ryan, any final words tonight on everything wrestling, Toys R Us, whatever you have to say? His Lordship is what I'm calling you now. Ryan, I thank you for joining me tonight. This has been an epic show. We're almost at 2 hours. The next time we meet is in New Orleans, and I cannot wait to see you in person. The floor is yours, sir, with a final word.
Man, 2 hours.
Yeah, we've been at it for.
I mean, this is the go home show.
6 minute. We're at 6:50 here on the West Coast.
This is the go home show before
yeah.
WrestleMania.
This is the go home show. Bring it, bring it. What is the most? Okay. Okay, you said we'll all be at NXT, but okay, let's put it up there right now. What is your most highly anticipated WrestleMania weekend match out of all the shows? Go ahead.
Put me on the spot there.
I'm going Shinsuke AJ Styles.
I'm going to take Johnny Wrestling versus the Sicilian Psychopath Tommaso Ciampa.
We'll be there live. ROH is having a show. Kenny Omega is taking on Cody Rhodes for the ROH brand. Highly stacked card. It's going to be an electric weekend. There's going to be so much independent wrestling. I'm going to WrestleCon Super Show. I'll see Kenny Omega during that in a tag with Kota Ibushi. WrestleCon at Friday will be tremendous. Ryan, I can't wait to see you, buddy. If we need to sneak in at a bonus show before WrestleMania, I'll hit you up. I really appreciate you joining me tonight, buddy.
No, I appreciate the enthusiasm, pal. I'm going down to New Orleans to see about a friend of mine.
All right. The Big Easy's on our mind.
Through Mississippi with the Big Easy on my mind.
Sounds good. Let's cue it up. All right, buddy. We're going to be drinking a lot of beers together. If you want to meet up with the Mailman, the Rat Boy, and you're stumbling upon this YouTube video, hit us up. Razman316 on Twitter. Millie Vanilli on Twitter. Rat Boy, love you, brother. All right. It's going to be happening. WrestleMania 34 Roundtable Super Show. We'll put it out there in a few. It's WrestleMania season. 23 days and change. 22 days over there in England. A happy 3/16 to everybody here in America still. Ryan, over. I know you don't celebrate St. Patrick's Day, but happy St. Patty's Day. Let's grab a beer. Let's do a toast. Grab a beer, everybody. All right, salute. The Mailman, Jimmy Milstead, the Rat Boy, Ryan Alexander Taylor. Signing off on this night, the Small Package, episode 21 in the books. Thanks for joining us. Almost a solid 2 hours. Love you guys, and we'll see you down in New Orleans. All right, Ryan. Good night, buddy.